with the open hearts, and thank you for being here at the Shell Energy. Today we begin bats, the tercena of bats. So today is first bats, and is the creator, the artist, the artisan, the Nawal that works with time and space and brings about all the threads, what I always see is, that weaving of the beautiful carpet that has the story. So that is the frequencies we're playing with this coming 2 weeks, the next 13 days. And I wanted to come in and let you know that, yes, it's been hard. It's been difficult because the last tercena shook us so that we come up to our most current state. So if we were working with an old program and old selves, using old tools and old ways of doing things, many of us got shaken up that we could see that it wasn't working anymore, that it was time to drop it, let it go. This isn't working. And it could have been in our field for many years, or maybe just a couple of weeks, but it was time to let go. And it was shown to, this is it, this is not working. Relationships, tools that we have, ways of communicating with other people. It was definitely shown to us what was old and what needed to be dropped. And now for the next 13 days, we are required to come up moment by moment, because if you are not in the present moment, you are not creating from your most current self, okay? The updated you. You cannot create for you and your community if you are not present in the moment, if you are not experiencing that sacred presence of your open heart and open mind in this now moment. And how do you know you are in this now moment? Sometimes I scan my body, and if I have a little bit of a fear, usually the now moment has no fear. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but usually we are afraid that something might happen or something did happen. So it's not, you're not in your presence and your source light and your elevator shaft, that light, pillar of light that we have, that sacred sanctuary of our heart. So if you are not in the present moment, you need to examine then what is it that you're creating. If you don't like what you see around, if you are not happy with what is coming to you day by day, hour by hour, then you have to sit and think, what is it that I'm creating, and in what time and space I am creating this. And yes, we create situations and experiences so that we can grow. So that is what we're here for, experiences. But we don't create situations that go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Yes, pain is a catalytic force. And then after pain, yeah, we suffer some, because suffering brings us also to a lot of awareness. But we are not meant to be suffering for years and years and years. So that's when you have to understand, you can come to the present moment and think about, what are you creating? What is not resonating with who you are right now? Because there is something that is not aligned, right? If you feel that there is something that is not really working with you now, it's because you're probably using an old version of yourself to create over and over the same thing. And because now the frequencies are so fast, really crazy fast, you want to make sure that you are creating from your source light present moment self, your creatorship self, without using the old tools, without using old maps, without any fear, because that's what we're here for. We're all pushing this forward, this humongous change. We are all here. As long as you're in your body, you're all here creating this gigantic change that we're going through. This year, huge, and next year is going to be huge too, but we're going to land in a really good spot. It's done, you know, it's done. It's not anymore like, what if? So to this feels like a lot of stuff is coming back from, there was no resolve from 2012. So you could see some of the mirrors, stuff that was happening back in 2012 that didn't get resolved. It's coming back now so that you can recreate it, rewrite the story, retell, you know, or tell it again the way you want it to be told. You want to use the words that you didn't use 10 years ago. Was it 10 years ago? Yes, 2012. So that's what is mirroring back and forth. So if you see something that is coming in to be clear, make sure that you're using your new tools, your new self, your upgraded self, this 2022 person, you, not the old 2012 you. And when you see the situations repeating, then when you come in the now moment, fully present and witness the situation, you see how it's just going to open up. And it opens up very fast, very, very quickly. And then, and you just, sometimes you just like, wow, what the heck happened? But it works out. It works out really well. But just make sure that you are yourself coming forth with your most authentic and upgraded version, and you ask to speak to the most authentic and highest version of the other person that you're communicating, because that creates this beautiful resonance. And then even if it's an old narrative from 10 years ago coming back to bite your ass, it works out in a very different way. Okay. And then when our other selves, because it's just us, you know, there's no others, your other self is trying to continue the recycling, the old behavior and old way of playing the story, and you are coming in with the newness, it doesn't match. So what I'm seeing is then these relationships are falling apart. Okay, they're distancing, because there's no match. This doesn't mean that once we go down the road, this relationship will come back again, or maybe, you know, you'll find a match. Relationships are not here to last forever, not in this body. So, you know, that's just the way we are here in these bodies. Relationships do not last forever. You know, people change, people passed away. So just know that a lot of relationships will fall apart, and you have to be aware that you are not falling and begin using all tools to try to keep it together, all ways of being, you know, all interpretations of the same story, just because you are afraid of doing something new. So drop the stories, the old stories, and drop all the old narratives. It is brand new 13 days of creation. Use your imagination. Your imagination is, when you are using your imagination, you are so close to God, your Godhood, because that's how it works. Everything that you see around was once imagined, and it brought, you know, it was made to the physical through our imagination. And that's what you want. You want to use your imagination to create new. And as soon as you catch yourself using old tools, behaving as the old self, responding as the old self, you're going to see that it's not working. Trying to, you know, parent the old way, or have a relationship with your spouse or with your mother, with your father the old way, it's not gonna work. Okay, the newness is required for this next 13 days that the Bats Tercena brings. We need to be very responsible to know what we're creating and where we're creating from. So create from the new, from your heart center, from your beautiful, pure, wonderful, delicious imagination. And there's no limit, okay? Put the seeds out there because things are coming through so fast now. Stop watching the news. There's some people that still need, you know, the very strong polarities. So people will continue to experience that, but like I said, there are no legs on those old narratives. So just let it happen, move forward, continue to be the change you want to see. So these 13 days, use them very wisely. Parent your thoughts. See where your head is at. Is it present? Am I running an old narrative of, you know, I'm trying to survive, you know, oh, I'm hustling, you know? No. Okay? Take responsibility for your own well-being and move from the present moment forward. Okay? Stop being in the past because that is done. And it's not, there's no legs to it. That's what I keep saying. There's just no legs to anything that is from the past. It's done. So if it's coming forward, it's for you to clear it and to rewrite the story, to rewrite the dialogues, if you may, you know, like that. That's what I'm seeing. So enjoy these 13 days. Allow things to fall off to go their way because there's new ways of engaging and doing things and experiencing your life. Okay, if you feel overwhelmed, try to go outside, sit under the sky, and just stay in stillness for a few minutes. A couple of times a day if that's what you need, a couple of times a week if that's what you need, whatever works. But under the sky for a couple of minutes of stillness, it really, really works. I'm telling you, because last Thursday was also very powerful. It kind of like peeled me like a banana like this to let go of everything else that I was not aware that I was holding on. So it just, you know, it went, not without pain, but it went. And pain is, to me, it's like a spark, it's a catalyst. And sometimes pain comes and just like gives birth to a new experience and brings awareness that is much needed on that situation that caused pain. But sometimes we get stuck in the pain, we don't see the situation. So please make sure you are present. You're not back there, you're not ahead of yourself. Present moment, baby steps, and create your journey with baby steps, moment by moment. And then you get used to that, and that's when you start checking yourself. Sometimes a couple of, like every half an hour, and then you start checking yourself every hour to see where you're at. Am I here? Is this me here in this moment? Or I am back out in the supermarket, or I am trying to rewrite this, I don't know, conversation I had last week with this other person. You know, just make sure you are here now, because wherever you are, you bring your wholeness there, and that's what is needed. Thank you so much for coming with an open heart and an open mind. Thank you so much for your thumbs up, subscribes, and thank you so much for your patience, because now I don't have a lot of time to come into the videos because, you know, I see people at the studio. Thank you so much for coming and supporting me there as well. Thank you so much. Divine blessings. Namaste. Remember, we are the angels.